Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for January 7th, 2026. We've got Empires and Corn Guilds today. And Sacrifice. Okay, I was about to say I don't see any trashing, but then I saw it. So Sacrifice is the only trashing. Definitely on the weak side. Draw... we've got Herald, Encampment, and Enchantress. Not the strongest draw, but not too bad. For plus actions, Herald and Encampment. Sacrifice can also give you plus actions. I think it's pretty rare that that's like sustainably a source of plus actions, and I don't imagine wanting to do that here. One thing that can be a little bit awkward is that Herald reveals, when it reveals an action, it's not optional to play it, so like you can end up having to sacrifice something that you don't particularly want to at some point. But and then wait, did I say Villa? I think I didn't say Villa. Ugh. Okay, anyway, plenty of plus actions, so like I said, that's why yeah, we don't need sacrifice for that. And then gains, Villas plus buy, Candlestick Maker also plus buy. And that's it, I guess. No like gainers. So, I mean, unless I guess you want to count Crumbling Castle, which gains silvers, Small Castle, which can gain other castles, Sprawling Castle, which can gain a duchy or estates. Haunted Castle comes with gold. So there's like some gains with the castles pile, but that's not really... It's not going to let you gain additional action cards or anything like that. It might be relevant for Triumph. Triumph here doesn't look super strong just because the gains are not like it's going to be hard to do to have a turn where you have just a ton of gains. That doesn't mean it won't be worth playing with, but it's not going to be one of those boards where it just goes absolutely crazy. Also got Labyrinth, so that will push picking up like a Villa or something relatively early. Oh, we've also got the Baker token. So I think we probably want to play with Legionary Gold because we're going to probably want to gold anyway due to encampment, and the Legionary attack's pretty brutal. Probably also want to play with Enchantress, which will help offset that. In terms of how to open, taking a sacrifice seems pretty obvious. As for the other card, I think I'm leaning towards wanting not to spend the Baker token, just because of wanting to be able to get that gold relatively early for both encampment and legionary, which suggests like we could open sacrifice Enchantress. There is a sad case there, but then the token would help us get to Villa if we needed. I'm not especially excited about getting a silver. I guess that's an option. Just getting an encampment and shortening the shuffle is also an option. I mean, Enchantress would also draw 2 cards. It's just a question of when we'd see it, but More upside to the Enchantress open versus encampment, more downside as well. Well, either way, let's start with the sacrifice. The bot paid a coffer, so that suggests it wants to open with another 4. Maybe it plans to go double sacrifice. I think I'm going to go with the Enchantress. Yep, it does go double sacrifice. Okay. Well, we're going to get to draw all 3 of our estates next turn. Hooray. Not actually ideal to have this distribution. But, I mean, seeing the Enchantress turn 3 is certainly good. Thinking... It could be Herald and a second Enchantress. Could just be like Herald Encampment. I mean, I do like getting a Herald in any case. We are going to have like an Enchantress already in this shuffle, so... Probably just encampment. If we pick up an Enchantress here, we'll be able to hit it with the Herald. We might not even need to play the encampment. We would spend the coffer, but... I think that's okay. Oh wait, what am I talking about? I forgot all the coffers would be in the discard. Never mind. Well... Oh, it happened anyway. Let's go. Alright, I think we go ahead and fire this off. We want to trash estate anyway. Oh, I was hoping to only draw one of the estates, though, so that I could hit 6 while trashing an estate. So now the question is, trash estate and buy a Herald or a 5, or trash copper and get the gold? It's not like we have an encampment in our deck. And it would also be nice to set ourselves up for Labyrinth points. I mean, we could do that now by buying, like, we could trash estate and still buy Villa encampment if we wanted to. I mean, if we're gonna get the gold, we kind of want the plus buy anyway. I think I like that. Get started on the Labyrinth, get the plus buy into the deck, and then aim to get a gold next turn. And then when we have the gold in the deck, we'll be able to take better advantage of it with the plus buy. Okay. I think I do want to... Well, yeah, I think I want to play this. Did not get the Enchantress in play. Want to take the gold. Now... Or do we want to go, like... Herald Encampment. Get some more Labyrinth points. Get the Enchantress in play before we take the gold. Yeah, I think I would rather do this. Well, I guess we're taking another villa. I don't think buying a copper to get Labyrinth points is worth it. Okay, those last two cards... I mean, probably... Well, one of them's a villa, I know. I think the other one is a copper. It's either a copper or a herald. Anyway, we have 7. If we draw one more coin and we hit 8, we can buy gold encampment. So like we can replace the encampment. So I think it makes sense to play it. The bot trashed all of its estates. No. Did it get... It did get Labyrinth points last turn. Okay. We bottom decked a Herald and a Copper? Okay. The bot has a bunch of encampments. It doesn't have the gold or the plunder, though. I'm wondering if it's... Like, right now, if we take the encampment, make it easier for the bot to add a plunder. We could also just go, like, Legionary Herald. Top deck the Herald and let the bot return some encampments. And then try to take the encampments that it returns. I think I prefer that. Yeah, there's going to be an awkwardness with Herald. Also, I talked about sacrifice, but Herald with encampment and legionary and not potentially having the gold in hand and all that. We know in this particular case we have... Oh, we bottom decked the legionary. Okay. We could just go encampment, plunder. And then, yes, the bot can get encampment, but we'll have... I mean, plunder, but we'll have... the split, which seems nice. Oh. Okay. What to pig? I don't... I think it's one of encampment or herald. Like, I think I want both villas for the buys. I think I'm gonna say encampment. Yeah. Damn it. I feel like the least annoying thing to trash here is actually going to be the villa, because we can buy a villa to replace it without having to buy. Like, if we trash one of the other cards, I mean, trashing a herald might be fine, I guess, but trash one of the other cards, we got to buy a villa to replace it anyway. It's very annoying, though. Oh, actually, hold on. Should consider buying something and then, like, maybe Baker or... something, and then Villa. So Villa's going to cost us net 3, then we'll have 9 left, and then we buy. I mean, we could buy like encampment plunder, but we could also buy something encampment and get some money back on that. Could also be Candlestick Maker, actually. That'll get the buyback. Yeah, I think I like that, actually. And now... let's do encampment plunder. Okay, so we have everything we need for playing Herald to make sense. What was that last card? There's another Herald. Okay, that's fine. I think I do want the last plunder. Like, just the VP is nice. It's reasonably efficient payload. And then I think it's worth considering just going ahead for a triumph this turn. We can be sacrificing. I guess, I mean, it would be nice to finish sacrificing the coppers. It's the reason to potentially not do that. And we could take a second sacrifice, but then that's going to play awkwardly with the heralds. We want to sacrifice the sacrifice pretty quickly anyway, so I don't really want to do that. Also just go like Harold Patrician Baker or something. Seems reasonable. All right, Enchantress down. Just pick the Baker. Costs us 1 coffer. Could be the Herald. I'm gonna say the Herald, I guess. Apparently that was a mistake. We have a Plunder on top. I mean, we did find the Enchantress. We have another Herald down there. We have another encampment. So it's Herald, encampment, Plunder on top. We could sacrifice to draw that, but I don't actually think it's worth it. Just... Okay. Tiles are getting a little low. There's no immediate threat. I still would really like to trash this copper, this last copper, before transitioning to triumphing, but maybe that doesn't actually make sense. Like, if... we want to, like, kind of make sure we have multiple sacrifice targets. So I think... do this. Legionary incoming. Alright, we don't have the gold yet, so I guess we should play encampment again. Okay. Okay, we could now... do Villa stuff. Um, $21 coins. Should also look at, so Villas cost 3 effectively, so that's 18. Oh, we're 1 coin short of, well, we could buy a copper. Should be a win, right? Buy copper Villa. You could even buy multiple coppers. Draw them with the Herald and the Patrician. Yeah. Yeah, that should work. I was looking at this number and I'm like, oh, that number seems rather small for what I'm trying to do. And then I remembered that I had coffers. And we do have an extra buy left for a nice 10-point triumph. Cool. Yeah, the bot did in the end get thinner thanks to its double sacrifice, but it didn't put together much of a deck, and I think that's mostly on account of not having gone for Enchantress until pretty late. Not that I necessarily think it's like... I don't think it's super obviously the case that you need to open with Enchantress like I did, but... Turn 3, it's a Herald. Turn 4, and then it drew 2 sacrifices. Yeah, this is a bit awkward. If you sacrifice copper, then you have 4. You could buy Villa, but you wouldn't be able to play the other sacrifice. And this is like the best case scenario for like a collision. So this is like one of the advantages to my opening is that if you do have terminal collision, that the like sacrificing something and then buying a Villa is better than to play an Enchantress than to play a second sacrifice, because playing a second sacrifice isn't going to do anything. Now, of course, you know, it'd be possible to have like sacrifice copper estate Enchantress or something, and then like that's not going to be the case, but that would be true with double sacrifice opening as well. So yeah, I mean, as it turned out, I got the turn 3 Enchantress, which was obviously very good. Anyway, it wasn't ideal that I saw all the estates that turn, because the ideal scenario would be like Enchantress, you know, like maybe finds a couple of estates, you buy an encampment, and then you draw like with your 7-card hand, you have like sacrifice estate, 5 copper, and then you sacrifice an estate and buy gold, and then you have a golden encampment in your deck, like something like that. But anyway, still pretty good. So right, so then the bot has 2 heralds, and then it gets an encampment, and then it again draws both sacrifices together, doesn't manage to reveal one of them with Herald. That's pretty rough. What was... So I had 1 copper, and then 2 coppers, So its hand was copper, copper, estate, sacrifice, sacrifice. Yeah, there's no way to get that other sacrifice in place. So part of the problem for the bot is that it had double terminal collision, and like its double sacrifice opening basically didn't do anything because it didn't get to trash any faster, and it actually effectively just added a curse to its deck or something in terms of the what it was doing to its shuffles. So yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay, turn 7 it gained an Enchantress, so it wasn't actually that late. Huh. I mean, maybe most of this is just down to those early shuffles and not really like the Enchantress angle on things. The bot did also not pick up a Legionary until very late. I don't remember exactly when I got mine going, but this looks like a turn where the bot was doing things. Sacrifice an estate, pressed a copper, got a villa and an encampment. Yeah, I mean, oh, but then the first turn it had its Enchantress enchanted. That, right. I'd forgotten about that. Okay. So then it didn't actually play an Enchantress as an Enchantress until turn 11. So aside from the fact that the attack wasn't affecting me, it wasn't getting to draw with that. And like, obviously, the amount of draw that Enchantress represents isn't like any more than encampment or what Herald can potentially do, but just the fact that it's start of turn draw, and that unlike encampment, it's not getting returned to a pile, and unlike Herald, it's like it's going to definitely draw that many cards. You know, I do think it's a pretty relevant thing. Yeah, and then the bot, I think, yeah, it didn't gain the Legionary until its last turn and never got to play it. So, yeah. Yeah, my deck was never like completely reliable, just because the draw here was limited enough that it was like kind of skating on the edge the whole time. But yeah, I mean, having 4 encampments meant I just had like more draw and more payload, and the Legionary attack also obviously hurt the bot's draw, and then with some payload, and yeah. Well, there you have it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.